Hey there, Mission Control. Well, it has been a long time since we've done a full-up video. We're sorry about that, but it's for a good reason. We have been working tremendously hard, not only for Eden, but for ourselves. As you can see, we're out here in the garden where Mrs. Martian has been growing a whole bunch of different stuff, and we've got everything covered up this year so that we can actually extend the grow season, which is good, because you'll notice I have got my stocking cap on. So the weather is turning cold, and that means that most people can't grow a whole bunch of stuff outside, like tomatoes, like basil, like peppers, like potatoes. Those types of things like it a lot warmer. So we want to show you a way that we're actually growing stuff all year round. So while the garden is actually kind of slowing down, and now that we had first freeze, we're pretty much done gardening. Now we're going to actually move inside and show you what we've been working so hard on. So let's go. This is going to be cool. Look at all of that stuff there, guys. Isn't that awesome? All right, so as you can see, we have been growing stuff again. These are the version 1 towers that we made, over like 2 years ago. We've got them upgraded with all the new guts and everything that were part of the newest version, version 2.3. And stuff is doing amazingly well compared to how we did the first time. And we have Eli here. Say hi, Eli.
Hi.
Eli is one of our first employees at Eden Grow Systems. He's local here and just graduated, and you're going to welding school, which is great because we're using welding again. More on that in the future. So what do you got growing on this tower here?
Here we are growing basil, lettuce, fennel.
He actually has it all in the Eden app, which you can go to grow.edengrowsystems.com and kind of check out how that's all starting to get set up. But that's coming together. And that controls the tower globally. So he's got it all tracking there, and we're actually about ready to start harvesting stuff off of this so we can really eat it. Excited about that. And over here we actually have tomatoes.
Cherry tomatoes, peppers,
and some grapes. We're doing grapevines, guys. It's freaking awesome. And then on the tower, way back over my right shoulder here, you can probably see it through over between us. We've got potatoes growing again, and this time we've actually been in contact with NASA, the folks that helped inspire the system, and they've given us some pointers on getting this all going. So we actually get the potatoes to tube this time, which should be no problem given what they've told us, and things are going well there. So very, very cool what's going on inside, but we also have a lot of stuff to show you that's going on outside. So are you ready to take them out and show them what's in the shop?
Yep.
Before we head out, I want to show you some other stuff that's happening here on the ranch. We've got quite a few new additions starting to show up, and it's very exciting. It's our first time raising chickens. We got a rooster this year, and we are actually incubating, and it's been 21 days, and they're hatching. So we're actually going to move one over here. So come on and check this out. Hey there, little chickie, chickie, chickie. Yeah. So come on out. Now I got to move them earlier than I really want to because this thing moves and their legs can get caught in it. As you can see, we already have 2 in there. There we go. And there's our 3rd one. So you're supposed to let them really get fully dry first. But like I said, if they stay in there, then what you're going to get is their legs can get caught in there, and I don't want their legs to get caught, so I move them over, and then they're all nice and happy. Now, you can't smell it, but we actually have a little bit of apple cider vinegar in that water, which helps inoculate their gut and everything, makes them a lot healthier. So it's way cool, though, seeing them go from eggs to chicks. Those guys were just born, those 2 on the left there, they were just born yesterday. And they're already all fuzzy and everything, and it's amazing seeing them come to life. And that guy literally just hatched out of the egg probably an hour or so ago. So get him over there nice and warm and dry. Way cool. All right, let's head out to the shop. All right, so here we go. We're headed out to the shop, and we've got some cool stuff to show you. We're going to be doing a static load test of our next version of our grow tower, version 2.3. Let's check it out. All right, so what we have here is a base, a reservoir, and the spacer deck of our next version of our grow tower, version 2.3. We're super excited. We've gone with aluminum, got new braces. Everything is coming together real nice. We have welded fabric that's food safe for our new reservoirs. This makes shipping so much less expensive. I think you guys have seen that before. And what we're going to be doing right now is what we do for every tower, and that's called a static load test. So we're actually going to fill the reservoir, which we've already done on the tractor to make sure it doesn't leak. But now that everything's assembled, We're going to put it in here. We'll check for leaks, of course, but what we're really looking for is deformation of the structure itself, thus the static load. We want to see how the structure performs under load. So we're going to go ahead and get that going. But first, we need to take some measurements. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to measure the distance at the midpoint here from one side to the other. So go ahead and hand that over.
That is 45 and
3/4. Perfect. All right, and then there's one more measurement you're going to take, which is at midspan. You can do it on your side, from the top of the base to the top of the reservoir.
12 1/4.
All right. So on this tower, we're really not expecting any failures, but if we do have a failure, I expect it would be here with our new bracing solution, and possibly where we have fittings at, because those fittings can sometimes be a little bit of a turd to get to be fully watertight when we seat them. Sometimes some gunk can get around in those threads, so we have to clean those out. All right, and we left a valve open, and we all right, one should, we got to close that. This guy is not fully seated. That's easy to fix. There we go. All right, so that, a little bit of fun there, but that was an easy fix. Here we go. You can see where that was at right there. We just had to tighten that. Oh, and there's one right there that needs to be tightened again. That's what's happening, is they're just not fully tight. So we'll get that done. All right, so loading up there. Look how nice that is. We got the new weld technique going, so we have inside seam welds now. Because the new flexible tank instead of the old rigid ones is it wants to pull in this direction and pull down. We've gone to rigid structure here, which is making a huge difference. And we're actually also removing one of the wheels. We used to have 3 wheels on the base, and we've removed that mid-span one because the loads just don't go there anymore. Because on the old plastic ones, we used to have vertical members at the mid-span. So now with this, the only thing we'll really see is probably the aluminum pull in this way just a little bit, and then also down a little bit. As long as it's within like less than 1/4 of an inch, really about 1/8 inch, 1/16 is what we want to see, then we're totally fine. Right now, this is looking really, really good. So now if something goes wrong, close, kink the hose, and then move away. So yeah, we're at 21 3/4 and holding. Yep. And we're at 46 3/4 and holding, and this thing is almost all the way full. So that is great news. And then what were you at? 12 and? Yeah, with just the exception of those few little leaks right there at the very beginning, we're actually really, really good. This is a watertight vessel, which those new welds are just so much better than the old way of doing things. You can put some fish in here, huh? All right, I'm gonna kill the water. It's looking really, really good. I'm expecting that it's gonna be pretty close to where we want it to be.
21 and it's 1/16 shorter than it was.
Short, okay, all right.
This is also a 16th.
16th in, all right. Get your verticals.
This is 11, 15, 16.
Okay. All right, so we've had about a 1/4 inch deflection at the mid-span. That's acceptable for what we got going on here. Something we'll keep an eye on as we go, and the rest of it is holding really, really well. So we'll let this sit for a little bit, see if there's any creaks and groans. And then we've got another one. Let's show them, why don't you grab the camera, let's go mobile and show them what we got going on inside. All right, come on guys. We'll start in the shop. So first, since Eli's here, we've had to put in an eye wash station, a first aid station, a microwave, and we had the fridge already. But that's all just for you, Eli, so don't you feel special. We've also actually had power outages, more power outages than usual. Are you guys experiencing that? A lot of people are. So we've actually wired the barn now, the workshop, so that we actually have generator power out here. You just plug it in outside, one of the generators, and we're good to go. So quite a bit of work gone into that. Let me oh, come on over here, show you this thing. So 3D printing has been super critical to everything we're doing. And Modix, this giant Modix Big 120 has been awesome. But we've had some problems with it. They're actually my fault because I just didn't know everything to use, but we actually got this thing fully dialed in now, man. It is putting out some really great prints. It's kind of fire and forget at this point. Just load it and go. We're also getting a lot better at storing filament, because if you don't store filament right, it's a big problem. Let me tell you all about that in another video. Come on with me. Still recording? Yep. Okay. So we got a lot going on out here as well. So we're going to start over to your guys' right. We actually have one of our original, what we call the version 2.1 towers. And this one is returned from Houston. Our shipping has been horrendous lately. Stuff has been getting really destroyed in shipping. But this one came back for upgrades. It's now got the aluminum reservoir. It's got the flexible reservoir. This one was a rigid one. You might go back and check out those old videos. We've updated all the guts on this one as well, and all the new fitting sizes and everything. And it's getting ready for static load tests next. We've got actually not one, not two, but 3 grow towers going. That's the first time we've ever had that many coming through here. And guess what, guys? We have 5 months worth of backlog already. So if you want a tower, go to eatandgrowsystems.com and sign up for our early adopter program right now, because they're going. So this is an old grow deck here that we've upgraded. This is the new grow deck system here, where you see the aluminum in it, integrated lights, and we have the flexible tanks with the new welds. We've got the great grow decks on the top here. Also, the custom cups are starting to come along nice. And we've got all of that back there is all of our building, our inventory, our picking, and we've been using our ERP system to build everything using work orders, manufacturing systems, and best practices. So we have been super busy here, and that's why you haven't seen all of the videos that we normally put up. But we've been trying to do shorts so you can follow along. And Alicia's also trying to get some good video put together for you as well. So she's really been helping out with all the editing. So say major thanks to Mrs. Martian for everything she's doing. We're super grateful to have Eli here with us. And of course, we're totally grateful that all of you guys have been following us for so long. So please tell everybody about what we're doing. Go to eatandgrowsystems.com, check it out, sign up for the early adopter program. Help us out by just getting the word out. If you don't want to buy a tower, we totally understand. But please tell people about what we're doing and share it as much as you can. Speaking of sharing, you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram. In the meantime, this is The Real Martian. Out.